Norman and Derek are going to the fire station with all the other pioneers, cause nobody in this forsaken town of Pontypenny has realized how much of a safety hazard Norman is. Norman tells his mom he was polishing his shoes, but Derek blows him up on the spot and says he was playing a fireman video game. Probably the one where you let the whole neighborhood burn.
I've told you about playing that game. You'll go balk alive.
If you don't want him playing it, then why did you even buy it for him? That's like getting mad at DW for giving her your model plane. Dillis points out that being a real fireman is different from being a virtual one, but unlike video games, you can't just hit restart in real life when Norman turns a gas leak into a fireworks show. Norman gets all cocky and says that he doesn't even need to go to the fire station to get his badge because of the video game, which is like saying you're ready to perform brain surgery because you played Operation without buzzing. Steele lets everyone know about the pioneers coming over, as if he's not already having a stroke just thinking about Norman near actual fire equipment. Elvis asks if he can help, and Steele shuts that off faster than Norman's father becoming a thing. Seriously, that man disappeared harder than Elvis's brain cells. Steele puts Elvis on cooking duty, and based off his expression, he's absolutely thrilled. The pioneers arrive, and Trevor gets out before Norman can even breathe in his direction. Norman claims he's so good about being a firefighter that Sam will actually let him be a part of the team. Even Derek knows that's a load of crap. Steele warns Elvis about Norman's arrival, and Elvis makes sure to protect the pie like his life depends on it, cause that's the only normal thing he can do without setting the place ablaze. Penny shows everyone how to slide down the pole. Everyone gets amazed, and Norman attempts to show off to everyone. Sam throws that idea away in a jiffy and points out that there won't be any injuries, or police being called. But Norman completely understands. Steele points out the skills firefighters need to learn, like driving a fire truck and keeping real-life fire hazards hundreds of feet away from any human interaction. Norman claims that it's easy to drive a fire truck. I have a feeling where this is going. They sneak off without getting caught and get into Jupiter without the need for a key. Steele says that firemen need to look out for any emergencies at all times. Norman is able to get Jupiter into the streets and somehow doesn't crash into anything or anyone. Dillis gets memorized by Norman driving until she realizes that Norman's driving. Steele and Sam get informed about Norman's hijack, and Sam is able to save Norman in the brink of time. Norman gets left off without getting taken away by police and gets another meaningless talking to from Sam. Bro's lucky he's not living in Florida. Norman and Derek don't get their badges, but will have to impress Gordon Ramsay by cooking a cottage pie, which is even worse for reasons you know of. Let's summarize. Norman spent the whole episode being a complete menace and thinking he knew everything about being a fireman. When Sam forbid him from sliding down the pole, he took Jupiter for a joyride throughout Pontypenny and somehow didn't crash into anything or anyone. He was let off without a warning, and his punishment was not getting his badge, which just proves that you can commit full-blown felonies in this town, and the worst you'll get is mild disappointment and a half warning. Norman can pay the price!